So hello everyone, welcome to our tab. And guys, welcome to another important video in which I will be discussing with you the most important topics that are there in PIB which are relevant for our upcoming examination of RBI, SEBI and NABARD. Talking about the topics of the day, guys, we will be discussing about the CITES conference that has recently taken place and the Indo-Pacific regional dialogue that has taken place. Now coming to CITES, we know that recently the COP19, that is Conference of Parties 19 meeting of CITES has taken place. We will be discussing about that in the lecture. But guys, one thing important here is don't get confused here between COP19 and COP27, because when I talk about Conference of Parties 27, it is basically related to climate change. Okay, so COP27 is related to climate change that has taken place at Egypt, whereas COP19 we will be discussing in today's lecture, okay, where it has taken place and what are the important things that we need to remember. So if you have not watched our video on COP27, you can watch a detailed video on COP27 in which we have covered A to Z COP27 in just a single video. The link for that video you will also get in the description below. But now guys, before that, I just wanted to give you a quick glimpse of this comprehensive guidebook that we have prepared for you. So then whenever you are starting preparing for the examination, there are some common doubts which are always there in the mind of a student. As a student, first thing is you want to know about the organization, what is your future in the organization, that is in which departments you will be working and what are the different roles you will be exploring in the organization. So that has been very elaboratively covered here in the chapter 1 of this guidebook. We will be going to know about the RBI. You can see here role of RBI and the hierarchical structure of RBI is mentioned here. Then the second chapter, if I talk about in this guidebook, which will really help you, is because it will solve the most common questions, the most time consuming questions in which the students generally got confused. The things like the syllabus of the examination, the eligibility criteria, the pattern of the examination, what are the sources you have to follow when you are preparing for the examination. This has all been covered very elaboratively here in your chapter 2. So you can see pattern of examination, eligibility criteria, previous year cutoffs, syllabus of the examination. You can see here even for those subjects in which for which the syllabus is not mentioned in the notification. ठीक है जी, अगर मैं बात करूं resources are also mentioned here. And one very important thing, now you got to know all the information, then you want a guidance. So guys, we are also guiding you on a 6-step domination formula, how you could dominate this examination based on the toppers interview, the toppers insight, as well as the experience faculty that we have for you in the EduTab. So this is not just for RBI, guys. You will be getting this guidebook for NABARD as well as for the SEBI examination. Also, one thing important here is how much time you have to invest. You just have to invest 10 seconds of yours. 10 seconds मैंने ज़्यादा बोल दिए हैं, आपको सिर्फ 1 seconds ही मुझे देना है. What you have to do is there is a link given below in the description below of this video. Click on that specific link and this guidebook will be yours. One very important thing, these are absolutely free. You do not have to pay us anything. This is the time saving thing, guys. आप इसको जल्दी within 30 pages you could get all the queries answered that you always have in your mind. Now let's come to the topic of the day. I'm going to talk about the CITES. The first question I am asking you is that I was discussing here is the 19th Conference of Party meeting of CITES has taken place. The question I am asking you is where it has taken place. So it has taken place at Panama. That is option number A. In Panama, the 19th COP of CITES has taken place. When I talk about 18th, so 18th has taken place at South Africa. So South Africa में 18th COP हुई थी. 19th कहाँ पे हो रही है? That is in Panama. Okay जी. And if I talk about COP here, the most important thing here is, that is important here to remember is, it says that Conference of Parties is convened every 2 to 3 years. So this is an important thing for CITES, that COP of CITES, it's not an annual event. It is generally convened every 2 to 3 years to review the implementation of the convention. So that is the purpose here that you need to remember, an important fact for you that you need to remember. Now coming to the next question on this same CITES convention. So during this CITES convention, guys, Operation Turtle Shield or Operation Turtle Shield has been very much appreciated, which is an initiative of India. So now you have to tell me which of the following statements are correct with respect to the Turtle Shield. The first question here is, it is an initiative of Wildlife Crime Control Bureau. Second here is Under this initiative, the 2 Indian turtles, that is by the name of Batagar Kachua or Nilsonia Lethi, have been moved from Appendix 2 to Appendix 1 of the initiative. Then it attempts to eliminate the poaching and illegal trade of freshwater turtles. So now guys, many of the students you might be feeling कि this kind of question you will not see in RBI. ये तो UPSC question है, RBI क्यों पूछेगा? But guys, look at the examination pattern that is keep on changing in the RBI also. Okay, because this topic is very important for sustainable development and environmental issues topic of our syllabus. So that's why this topic again becomes important. ठीक है, तो हमें ये चीजों के बारे में भी थोड़ा सा अब पढ़ना है. Generally we kind of skip this kind of initiatives that they will not be asking, but at least we should have an idea on this. For example, I give you an example. There was a question on mic initiative in SEBI examination. Mic initiative question was there on SEBI examination. Okay, ji? So this is kind of things which we can to understand here is that now if this kind of things are being asked in the examination, so we should be able to at least have an idea of these kind of initiatives like sites also, which is important for the examination. Now when I talk about the answer here is option number E, that is 1 and 3. Guys, second statement is wrong because this is an important thing. Yes, 2 Indian turtles by the name of Batagar Kachua and Nilsonia Lethi, they have been moved from Appendix 2 to Appendix 1 of the initiative, okay, which are a high extinct species when I talk about here. The important thing is it is not under the Operation Third Shield initiative, it is under the sites initiative. So under the sites initiative, this development has taken place, not under this Operation Third Shield. So that's why this statement here becomes incorrect. The answer will be 1 and 3. So when I talk about the thing here that I was discussing with you, under the sites this thing has taken place, then is Operation Third Shield I discussed with you. It is an initiative of Wildlife Control Bureau of India, and the purpose here is to eliminate the poaching of illegal trade of freshwater turtles. तो ये भी एक पॉइंट याद रखना कि वेदर दे आर टॉकिंग अबाउट फ्रेश वाटर टर्टल्स और अदर्स. सो फ्रेश वाटर टर्टल्स को आपको प्रोटेक्ट करना है. दैट इज द पर्पस ऑफ दिस ऑपरेशन थर्ड शीट. Now one very important thing that has been discussed here to promote employment in India also is that is when I talk about furniture sector. So this in this COP, the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, they have basically said or they have announced that if a trader that any number of consignment of this Delbegia timber based item. So the name is not that much important. Delbegia Siso timber based assignment. This name is not important, but important for us is how much consignment can be taken. It's less than 10 kg. If you are taking a consignment of this specific timber wood, okay, which is less than 10 kilogram, then you will be basically you do not require the permission of sites. So this is the important thing here. In this specific thing, for this specific timber wood, you do not require permission. That is when your consignment is less than 10 kg. So less than 10 kg वाला point जो है वो सबसे ज़्यादा यहाँ पे important बन जाता है. So that point is really becoming important for us. Now coming to the third question, that is on sites. ठीक है. So look at the name here. Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wildlife, Fauna and Flora. So that is the thing that I have just discussed is about this specific timber wood. That is endangered species के trade को आप रोकना चाहते हो. The question I am asking you is it has 184 members. It is an international agreement between the governments and its secretariat is located in Geneva. So which answer that is given here is correct? So if I talk about the answer here will again becomes Operation E will be the answer here. Operation E will be the answer here because the answer will be that is all the statements given here are correct. So option number E है. I will make that correction even in your PDF also. The answer will be option number E. So because it is an international agreement between the governments, then is if I talk about the purpose is to ensure that international trade good. It is not saying international trade is prohibited. The important is it says to ensure that international trade in the specimens of wild animal and plants do not threaten the survival of that species. इसको हम बोलते हैं illegal trade. तो illegal trade नहीं करना, आप legalization वे में कर सकते हो, but the flora that should not threaten that specific species. Then is secretariat is in Geneva. Parties that is members are 184. Now these are the appendix that we need to remember that we just discussed even in the second question also when I talk about appendix 2 to appendix 1. Appendix 1 are most endangered, ठीक है जी, जिसको बहुत ज्यादा प्रोटेक्शन दी जाती है. Appendix 2, it says they are not necessarily threatened now. This is the thing here. Oh, Appendix 3, it basically includes a list of species that include, or that is basically included at the request of a party, that we want that this specific species should also, the trade for this species should be controlled. So these are covered under Appendix 3. Appendix 1 are high priority, for which we want to control the trade, and then is your Appendix number 2, where it is not saying they are that much threatened. तो जो हमारी ये जो पॉइंट्स हमने यहाँ पे डिस्कस किया था, that is now it has been basically moved. The two species of turtles have been moved from Appendix 2 to Appendix 1, which means high protection have been given to these two specific species of turtle here. Okay, ji. Now coming to the next question, that is on Indo-Pacific dialogue that has taken place. So you have to tell me which organization has organized this 4th edition of Indo-Pacific dialogue. Is it Ministry of Home Affairs, Ministry of Defense, Ministry of External Affairs, Prime Minister's Office, or none of the above? So what should be the answer here? Answer यहाँ पे क्या होगा जी? Option number E, none of the above, because it is an initiative of Indian Navy. It is an initiative of Indian Navy, so that's why all these statements becomes incorrect. When I talk about this Indo-Pacific dialogue, so it is an annual international conference of Indian Navy. So it's an annual conference, but it is a conference of Indian Navy. Theme यहाँ पे क्या था? Operationalizing the Indo-Pacific Oceans Initiative. So when I talk about the Indo-Pacific Ocean Initiative, what is IPOI? So Indo-Pacific Ocean Initiative was an initiative which was inaugurated, or which was started by Prime Minister of India, and he has discussed there, he has articulated this initiative during the 14th East Asia Summit in 2019. That is about this Indo-Pacific Ocean Initiative. Now, what this initiative basically focusing on, that is the Sagar vision of Prime Minister. The Sagar vision of Prime Minister says that is security and growth for all in the region. That is the Sagar vision of Prime Minister, that is on the ocean security. So what are the 7 pillars of this Indo-Pacific Ocean Initiative that I have highlighted here, that you can just have a look. Okay, if I give you an answer, there is trade connectivity, maritime security, maritime ecology, maritime resources, capacity building, disaster risk, science, technology, and academic collaboration. So I will not say you have to cram these 7 pillars, but you should have a basic idea on the 7 pillars also. So guys, this was all about your session. If you have liked the session, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you could get all other videos also on this channel, which will be really helpful for you. To get the PDF of this lecture, guys, kindly subscribe to our Telegram channel. The link for that is given in the description below, and you will get the PDF within 24 hours on your Telegram, on our Telegram channel. Then still, guys, if you have any kind of query, you could drop me an email at hello@aerotype.co.in. You could even have a call with us on the number that is 81462072241. I hope, guys, the lecture is fruitful for you. So keep preparing hard, keep working hard. Wishing you all the best for examination. Bye-bye.